Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Monroe, and this is English Fluency Fast. Here, you don't just learn English. You speak English. Let's make fluency simple, natural, and fast. Let's get started. In today's video, we're going to talk about the trick football players used to learn English in just 2 months. Now, I know that might sound impossible, but if you've been struggling to speak English, feeling stuck, embarrassed, or like you're just not getting it, then this might be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Because the truth is, professional athletes don't have time to waste. They move countries, join new teams, and need to communicate fast. So they use a method that's fast, focused, and brutally effective, and you can use it too. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how this method works, why it's so powerful, and how you can start applying it today, even if you feel like you've failed before. But here's the catch. It's not about studying more, it's about doing one specific thing completely differently. If you're serious about finally speaking English with confidence, don't skip this. And hey, if this kind of real, raw, and practical English content helps you, hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot more coming that'll change the way you learn forever. What if I told you the same trick that helped football stars learn English in just 2 months could help you speak faster than in school? It's not a book. It's not grammar. And almost no teacher talks about it. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the strange part. It works. Over and over again. In locker rooms. In stadiums. On team buses. Imagine this. A Brazilian player lands in England. He barely knows how to say hello. Reporters flood him with questions. Coaches shout instructions. He nods, smiles, but inside, total panic. Then, just weeks later, he's answering interviews in English. He's joking with teammates. He's even thinking in English. Not in years. In 2 months. So what happened? What did he use? Not a textbook. Not grammar drills. Not Duolingo. Not those boring classroom lessons you hated in school. No, it was something else. A trick. One so simple, so fast, so powerful. It almost feels unfair. And once you learn it, you'll never look at English the same way again. Because the moment you hear it, you'll say, "Wait, that's it." And yes, that's it. But it works like crazy. They don't teach this in schools. Most English teachers don't even know it. Because it breaks all the rules. It's not perfect. It's not pretty. But it makes your brain absorb English without studying. It's the kind of thing you discover only when your life depends on it. Like when you move to a new country. When your job, your friends, your future all demand English now. And when that pressure hits, you don't reach for grammar books. You reach for what works. That's exactly what football stars do. They don't care about verb tenses. They care about results. They care about understanding the coach, joking with teammates, answering interviews, living life in English. So they use this one weird method, this English shortcut no one talks about. And in just weeks, they go from silence to conversation, from shy to confident, from confused to fluent. How? Not by learning English, but by absorbing it, just like babies do. Just like you did when you learned your first language. But wait, you've been told that takes years, right? Not with this. This cuts the time in half. Maybe more. It feels like a cheat code for English. Because it skips the boring stuff and dives straight into real English. The kind you hear, the kind you speak, the kind you need. It's fast, it's fun, and it works even if you're A1, A2, even if you've never spoken English before. Now, why haven't you heard of this before? Simple. Because schools can't sell it. Apps can't program it. And most teachers were never trained to use it. But football players? They had to use it. No time. No books. No second chances. So they hacked the system and discovered something most students never will. Now it's your turn. Because once you know this secret, you'll never be the same again. English won't feel hard. It won't feel boring. It will feel natural. You'll hear a phrase and repeat it. You'll hear a question and answer it. You'll speak without thinking. Just like the football stars. Just like a native. It's not about talent. It's not about memory. It's about using the trick. And in a moment, I'll show you exactly how it's done. But first, I need to ask you, are you ready to forget everything school taught you? Are you ready to stop studying English and start living it? Then hold on, because this changes everything. Professional athletes don't have time. They don't sit in classrooms. They don't open textbooks. They don't memorize verbs. They train. They travel. They play. Their lives move fast, very fast. But somehow they speak English. Fast, confident, fluent. So how? How do they do it? Here's the truth no one wants to admit. They don't learn like you. They don't use apps. They don't follow grammar rules. They don't waste time with long, boring lessons. Instead, they use a secret system. Something simple. Something powerful. Something forbidden in schools. Because if schools taught this, they'd be out of business. Because this works too fast. Too easy. Too well. This method is hidden. Locked away. Passed from player to player. Used in locker rooms. Whispered on the team bus. Shared only when needed. It's like an underground code. a private shortcut, a backdoor to the English language. No one talks about it publicly because it sounds too good to be true. But it's real. And it works. This trick helped players go from zero to conversation in just 60 days. Think about that. From nothing to understanding the coach, to giving interviews, to living in English. In 2 months. Not years. Not someday. Now. Because these athletes don't have time to try. They need to speak. Now. So they skip the fluff. They go straight to what works. And what works is not what you learned in school. In fact, it's the opposite. It breaks all the rules. It ignores the grammar books. It doesn't care about exams. It only cares about one thing: speaking. Real words. Real phrases. Real situations. No filters. No pressure. No perfection. Just real English. Fast. And the best part, you don't need to be smart. You don't need to be good at languages. You don't even need to know any English now. You just need to do what they did. Use the secret. The one designed for speed. For pressure. For real life. Because when a footballer moves to a new country, he doesn't have 5 years to get fluent. He needs to talk today. So this trick becomes his lifeline. His weapon. His secret tool to survive. No teacher gave it to him. No app taught it. No school approved it. But still it works. And fast. It's almost unfair. Because while students spend years stuck in grammar, he's already speaking, already living, already free. And here's the forbidden part. This trick isn't magic. It's not high-tech. It's not expensive. It's simple. So simple, it almost feels wrong. You might say, "Wait, that's cheating." Or "that can't work." But it does. Over and over again. Because it speaks to the brain in its natural language. It connects directly. It bypasses the stress, the fear, the confusion. It just works. And that's why it feels forbidden. Because it gives power too fast, too direct, too real. That's why schools don't touch it. That's why it's not in your textbook. That's why no one told you, until now. But this is what they use. The pros. The champions. The legends. They don't have time to learn. They need results. So they choose speed. They choose efficiency. They choose what works, even if it's hidden. Now you've seen the truth. You can't unsee it. You can't forget it. You can only decide. Will you keep following the slow, broken path? Or will you dare to use the forbidden one? Because once you start, you won't believe how fast it happens. Here's the trick: shadowing. Yes, that's the secret. That's the method football players use. The hidden skill. The reason they go from silence to speaking in just 60 days. No grammar drills. No memorization. No boring homework. Just shadowing. But what is it? It's simple. It's fast. And it works like magic. They listen to real English. from interviews, from locker room talk, from their coaches shouting instructions on the field. And then they repeat every word. Not later. Not slowly. At the same time. They don't wait. They don't pause. They don't think. They just echo the words. Exactly as they hear them. Like a shadow. Like a mirror. That's why it's called shadowing. It's not passive. It's not lazy. It's active training for your brain. Like doing push-ups. But for your mouth. Like muscle memory. But for speaking English. You hear it. You say it. Instantly. Your brain listens. Your mouth follows. Your body learns. And fast. At first it feels strange. Maybe even impossible. But in a few days, your mouth starts to move on its own. Your tongue knows where to go. Your pronunciation gets sharper. You start to speak without thinking. And that's the key. That's the magic. That's why it works. Because it skips the study mode. It skips the analysis. It skips the fear. And it goes straight into action. You're not just listening. You're not just watching. You're doing. And that's how real learning happens. Not from books. Not from theory. From movement. From rhythm. From repetition. Like a football player learning a move. Like a drummer learning a beat. Like a baby learning to speak. Your brain connects sound to motion. It builds a habit. A pattern. A flow. And suddenly, you're not translating. You're not searching for words. You're just speaking. Fluent. Clear. Fast. Like magic. But it's not magic. It's shadowing. And the best part, you can do it anywhere. At home. In the car. With your phone. With your headphones. Just press play. Listen. And shadow. Not later. Not after. At the same time. That's the rule. You'll feel clumsy at first. You'll trip over words. You'll miss phrases. But that's good. That means it's working. Because your brain is rewiring. Your mouth is rewiring. Your confidence is growing. Day by day. Sentence by sentence. Sound by sound. And guess what? You don't need to understand 100%. Just follow the sound. Follow the voice. Trust the process. And soon, you'll start catching more words. Then phrases. Then full sentences. And one day, you'll be watching a football interview. And you'll repeat it perfectly. You'll hear the coach yelling. And you'll know what he means. You'll speak fast. You'll speak clearly. You'll speak with confidence. Just like the pros. Because this is how they learn. Shadowing. Not school English. Not classroom English. Real English. Fast. Direct. Powerful. Now you know the secret. Now you can do it too. No waiting. No perfect moment. Just press play. And start shadowing. That's the trick. And it works. Every time I met a player from Brazil. Quiet. Strong. Focused. He had just arrived in London. Big city, new club, new teammates. But one big problem. Zero English. Not a little. Not basic. Zero. He couldn't understand the coach. Couldn't follow team meetings. Couldn't speak to fans. Couldn't even order food. Every day was a struggle. He felt lost. Alone. Trapped in silence. And the pressure? Huge. This was not a vacation. This was his dream. His career. His life. But no one waited. The game moved fast. People spoke fast. And he was falling behind. He tried apps. Too slow. He tried grammar videos. Too boring. He even thought about hiring a private teacher. But he had no time. Train, travel, sleep, repeat. So, he did something else. Something different. Something crazy. Something that didn't look like studying. He started copying. Every day. 20 minutes. Headphones. Interviews. Repetition. He found football videos on YouTube. Post-game talks. Coach commands. Player interviews. He pressed play. Listened. And spoke with them. At the same time. Wort by wort. Breath by breath. Like an echo. Like a shadow. It didn't matter if he understood. He just copied. The voice said, "We played really well today." He repeated, "We played really well today." The voice said, "We have to train harder." He repeated, "We have to train harder." Sometimes he stumbled. Sometimes he laughed. But every day he showed up. 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes. No excuses. At the gym. In the car. Before bed. Headphones on. Mouth moving. No books. No rules. Just rhythm. Day by day something changed. The words got easier. The sounds felt familiar. His tongue moved faster. His fear melted away. After 2 weeks, he started understanding small things. After 4 weeks, he started repeating full sentences. After 6 weeks, he started answering teammates in English. And then, after 8 weeks, he walked into a press room. Cameras, lights, reporters everywhere. No translator. No notes. Just him. Someone asked, "Can you describe the match in English?" Silence. People held their breath. He smiled, opened his mouth, and began to speak. Fluent. Clear. Confident. Not perfect, but powerful. Real. The room exploded. Reporters were shocked. "Wait, how did you do that? Did you take lessons? Did the club pay for a teacher?" He looked straight into the camera, still smiling, still calm, and said, "I just copied every single day. That's it. No classroom. No teacher. Just him. A phone. Some videos. And a decision. To shadow. To copy. To show up. Every day. He didn't wait for perfect. He didn't ask for permission. He just acted. And in 8 weeks, he did what many people never do in 8 years. He spoke. He connected. He became free. Not because he was special. Not because he was smart. But because he refused to quit. And he repeated. Again. And again. And again. That moment changed everything. For him. For the reporters. And for me. Because I saw, with my own eyes, what happens when someone stops studying English and starts living it. You don't need a coach. You don't need a school. You don't need to be rich or famous or even good at English. You just need 15 to 20 minutes a day. That's it. Not hours. Not a full study plan. Just 15 to 20 minutes. Every day. No pressure. No grammar books. No long lessons. Just one thing, repetition. You choose. Pick a short video in English. It could be about football. It could be about cooking. It could be a video game. Or a song. Or a movie scene. Anything you love. Press play. Listen. And speak with it. Repeat every word, out loud, with the speaker. Not after. Not later. With them. Like a shadow. Like an echo. Like music. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Don't stop to translate. Just flow with it. Let your tongue move. Let your brain follow. Let your voice match their voice. And when it ends, play it again. Again. And again. And again. Each time your brain listens deeper. Each time your voice gets stronger. Each time the words feel easier. At first it feels strange. You might laugh. You might feel silly. But soon, something amazing happens. You stop thinking. You just speak. You feel the rhythm. You hear the music of English. And your mouth follows. You don't study anymore. You just do. Like riding a bike. Like dancing. Like kicking a ball. It becomes natural. Automatic. And here's the best part. You don't need to wait years. You'll feel it in days. You'll feel your confidence grow. You'll say words you never studied. You'll answer without fear. Because your brain is not learning with rules. It's learning with repetition. With sound. With movement. You're not just learning English. You're training it. Like muscles. Like memory. And that's how pros do it. That's how players do it. That's how you can do it. No books. No classroom. No teacher. Just you. Your phone. A video you enjoy. And your voice. Every day. Short. Simple. Powerful. You don't need talent. You don't need luck. You just need to start. Today. 15 minutes. That's all. Start with one video. Play. Shadow. Repeat. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about grammar. Don't stop. Let it feel messy. Let it feel hard. Let it feel real. Because soon, it will feel easy. It will feel fun. It will feel fluent. And every time you do it, you get better. You grow. You win. This is how you build momentum. Not by doing more, but by doing it again. The same video. The same 15 minutes. The same small habit. Over and over. Until one day, you realize you don't need subtitles. You don't freeze in conversation. You don't doubt your voice. You just speak. And it all started with one short video and 15 minutes a day. No coach. No secret. Just you showing up. Again. And again. And again. This is your moment. You don't need more grammar. You don't need to be perfect. You need momentum. You need this trick. And you need to start today. This is your moment. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Now. You've waited long enough. You've watched videos. You've saved posts. You've told yourself, one day. But one day never comes. Because one day is not a day of the week. Today is. You don't need another grammar rule. Not another explanation about past perfect or present continuous. Not another chart. Not another textbook. Let's be honest. You already know that grammar is not your problem. The real problem? You're stuck. You're afraid. You're overthinking. You're waiting for some magical moment to feel ready. But what if that moment never comes? What if perfect never happens? What if the only thing missing is movement? This is not about perfection. This is about momentum. Because momentum is what takes a beginner and turns them into a speaker. Momentum is what carries you forward. On the days you don't feel confident. On the days you mess up. On the days your brain says, you're not good enough. But guess what? You don't need to be perfect to speak. You just need to start speaking. Read that again. You don't need perfection. You need practice in motion. You need a reason to move forward. And this trick, it gives you exactly that. Because this is the same trick top learners use. Not just students. Not just English nerds. But people with jobs, families, real lives. People like you. They don't memorize grammar. They don't study all night. They don't wait to feel ready. They just use this one trick. And suddenly they're speaking faster than ever. Not perfectly, but confidently. Daily. Naturally. Without pressure. And you can keep waiting for motivation. Or you can create it. Right now. With this trick. With this step. With this choice. Your choice. Let's be real. How long have you been thinking about improving your English? 6 months? A year? More? And how many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week. I'll try again when I have more time. I'm not ready. But now you know the truth. You'll never feel ready. And that's okay. Because readiness is a myth. Action is what makes you ready. Think of this moment like standing at the edge of a pool. You can sit there, analyze the water, think about the temperature, calculate the distance. Or you can jump, feel the cold, and start swimming. This is your jump. This is the start of your English transformation. Not with a course. Not with grammar rules. Not with waiting. With momentum. Because momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds consistency. And consistency? It builds fluency. Step by step. Wort by wort. Mistake by mistake. You are one step away from breakthrough. One click. One session. One decision. You don't need to sound like a native. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to be perfect. You just need this trick. And the courage to begin. You don't need more videos. More downloads. More maybe later. You need one thing. Start now. Say one sentence out loud. Right now. Even if it's wrong. Even if you're nervous. Because when you move, when you speak, something shifts. You wake up the part of you that's been sleeping. The part that believes in you. The part that says, yes, I can do this. And you can. Forget the grammar. Forget the fear. Forget the excuses. This is your moment. Own it. Use it. Live it. This is your final push. And it starts today. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Let's go.